Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my goodness, it has been a forever and a day since I've been on here, and I am so excited to be back with you. Today I am coming to show you a project that I made for my Heart of Thanksgiving, which begins on this coming Monday, which I believe is October 26th. And it's a month-long celebration of Thanksgiving, basically to kind of set up our hearts and minds for Thanksgiving coming up next month. So this is hosted by Melissa at Pink Paper Peppermints. She's done this, I believe this is the 4th year she's done it, and it's absolutely amazing. It's so much fun to just have that camaraderie of a group of ladies who just want to share their thankfulness and make beautiful things. So that's what I'm going to do. I am honored to be a part of Melissa's creative team, and I'm super excited about this. Last year I participated in my Heart of Thanksgiving and it was so much fun. So I really hope y'all will come on and join us. It's absolutely free to join us. And if you go to my link on Instagram in my link tree, you'll find a sign up sheet for that and you'll get a free starter kit right away. I'll also try to remember to link that down in the comments, but so you don't have to buy anything to be a part of my Heart of Thanksgiving, but we do have a huge kit available. You can buy the full kit, which I believe will expire tonight after this premiere. So you'll want to go get that before the end of the night if you want the bundle, because it's an excellent bundle price. And otherwise there'll be parts, separate parts broken up that you can purchase. So if you want to do that, that'd be great. And I'll put that info down below. So I am going to show you how to make these little ephemera stacks with a shaker. I love a lot of texture and layering on my projects. And so it's real hard for me to do flat, but it's taken me a really long time to learn layering. And so I wanted to show you how to make this adorable little shaker kit using Pink Paper Peppermints, my Heart of Thanksgiving 2020 kit. So now the first thing you'll want to do is you do need a die for this. I would recommend a nesting die. I will show you guys something a little bit later that I made. Well, I'll show you now. I did make this little project. I didn't have just a straight plain rectangle die. And so I did it by hand. It was ridiculous and I don't recommend it for anyone. So there you go. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So the first thing you need is you need to cut out 2 pieces of paper with your nesting dies so that you have an outline of 2 pieces, and also 2 pieces of acetate, which I've already attached these two. So my second piece of acetate is here, and a piece of foam, or oh, well, look at there, a piece of foam, or you could do a couple sheets of foam. Sorry, I'm having a hard time figuring out where the camera is, you guys. It's been a while. So you can figure out, you can either get, this is a really thick piece of foam, but you can buy, if you just have the thin foam, cut it out a couple of times and stack it up. It's perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and I've already glued these, and excuse my nails, they're a disaster because I've been gluing like crazy. I've already put glue on these because it'll take you a hot minute to do. Let me show you. I just used the, I don't know where it is, but I think it's 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape, and it is, you really want to get all the little nooks and crannies full of tape, otherwise your little shaker bits might escape. So I've tried to do that. I already stuck this one on the acetate, and so we're going to stick this one on our other piece of acetate. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, so if you're stressed out about it, don't worry about it. It's going to be just fine. I'm just going to kind of match up the stems, squish it on there, lift it up if you need to, move it around. It's all good. This, if you've watched me for any amount of time, you know that I am not a perfectionist. And see, look, it doesn't even match on the ends. I don't know if you can see that, but if I want to go trim it off, I can go trim it off. It's really no big deal. If you've watched me for any amount of time, it's really funny because in life I tend to be a perfectionist about a lot of things, but crafting isn't one of them. Ain't nobody got time for that. So that's what I've determined. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, I've already taken the sticky part off of this foam, but you're going to put sticky tape, double-sided tape, on both sides of your foam. I love to use hot glue, but 2 issues with that. You have to be quick, and it sometimes doesn't, play very well with acetate. So I've chosen for this to do double-sided sticky tape. But in all honesty, if I was doing this for myself, and I may have used wet glue for this one, but I might just use hot glue and kind of wing it and see what happens. But I do want it to stick so I can show y'all. So I've already taken the sticky off. We are just gonna match this up and do the best we can to get it in the right spot. Once again, not super perfect, no big deal. Although it is gonna bother me. I think also when I put the tape on, I kind of jerked around the foam a little bit, so it's a little bit wonky, but that's all right. We're going to be fine with that. Okay, so now we've got our top. So now here's the thing. I think I might regret this, but we're going to go ahead and take off this layer of sticky tape before we put our sequins in. Again, we might regret this, but we'll find out. Oh, I forgot that I had done it in one piece. So again, make sure it's all the way around, because otherwise you don't want your little shaker bits to escape. Okay, so I've already pre-made a little shaker mix. I'm not a shaker mixer. I just throw in what I like. And so for this particular project, I'm using this diamond glitter, which I absolutely love. I absolutely just adore. It's like that clear whitish with a pink and green tint. And I used a little sequin mix that I think is from Tuesday Morning. I'm not 100% sure, but that's where I think I got it. And some little blue sequins that I have. Who knows where I got them? There's no telling. So I went ahead and pre-mixed those up. And this is a little tiny, I don't know if you can see that. This is a little, it's a fake nail, you know, like the nail places use for sampling nail polish. So it's just, they come in a bazillion packs. So I bought some from AliExpress eons ago, and I've probably used 2 of them. But, you know, they were probably 50 cents. Okay, so here's my little sequin mix, and we are just going to very carefully, since we've already taken off that sticky, we are going to pour this in. And I like my shakers good and full. You don't have to fill it up if you don't want to. And just kind of shake those around a little bit. And then you're going to take your top. I thought for a second there that I forgot a step, but we're good. So then you're going to take your top and you're going to lay it on top of that foam. We're going to do our best to get it lined up as best we can. We're not going to stress about it because that's not how we roll. All right, now, with any luck, when we shake this, it's not going to come out. See, look at that. Isn't that awesome? And it's clear, which I think is super fun. You can also do this with one piece of acetate on top of patterned paper. So there's lots of ways you can do it, but I love, love, love the clear look. Okay, so we've got our little pumpkin all ready. I did a little bit different on this one than I'm going to do, but look at this piece of ephemera from Melissa's kit. It is a little bag of flour. So it is so cute, and her stuff is very vintage. If you're not familiar with her, her stuff is very vintage and also very sweet and cute. She has such a great combo, and she's got a bazillion kits in her store. So, so I'm gonna start with this one, and for a lot, everything I think except the pumpkin, I went ahead and stitched on the outside. Now, y'all, I'm not a stitcher. I love stitching on paper. I could not stitch a piece of fabric together if I tried. And it certainly, I mean, I could try, but it won't be straight. I guarantee you that. But so what? Look at that. It just adds a little something to the edges, and I absolutely love it. So now we're going to use my favorite tool of all. That would be the hot glue. So, and see, if you move your sequins over, you can see part of it. It's just, I love it. So you want to just put on some hot glue on the edge of your pumpkin. And you can always go back and add more later if you need to, but put it on the edge of your pumpkin, decide where you want it to line up, which I think I'm gonna do right about there. Hopefully you didn't stick it to your mat. I did not, so that's a good thing. All right, so now we've got our base. So then we're gonna take our little bird. This little bird comes in the teal and pink and the brown and orange, which I love. And she is gonna sit right on here. But before we stick her down, I really want to just add a little something. So I'm just gonna I love hot glue because I kind of put it in place and then I, whoops, stick a little glue on it. Sorry, I bet you can't see this, but stick a little hot glue in there. The problem is I'm left-handed, but my hot glue, this is not where I sit to craft normally. So the hot glue is not exactly where I need it. And then we're gonna also take this little leaf and we're gonna put it right behind like that. So let's get some hot glue on there. And we're just gonna kind of layer that however we like it. I kind of like it like that. Okay. You have a little tiny bit of wiggle room real quick with hot glue. All right, so that's that. And then we're gonna stick our bird right on our pumpkin. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some hot glue on the pumpkin. And I am going to stick our little sweet little bird right there. So look at that. We already have some dimension. I absolutely love it. And then we'll just keep building. So from there, we're just going to take a little layering piece. Now, one of the things that I learned from several other Instagrammers is layering is hard, but layering is awesome. And it doesn't matter if you can see the whole layer or not. A lot of times you practically will cover up an entire layer, and that's okay. It really makes a difference. So I've gone ahead and taken the time to put pop dots on the backs of most of my ephemera. These are from Dollar Tree. They come in a roll with these pre-cut pieces, and I absolutely love them. They're often in the hardware department at your Dollar Tree. They're one of my favorite double-sided foam tape, and then you can also stack the foam tape if you want it thicker. So for this, we're going to put one layer down, and I always like to add a little extra hot glue to the backs of my foam tape just in case it doesn't stick. I'm not going to do that right now since it's not particularly convenient, but whoops, we're just going to layer this right on top. And like I may have to go back and add a little bit more tape because sometimes because it's stacking on different layers, you might need a little extra. So, but we can do that later. Oh, I wanted to show you too that when you cut out your nesting pumpkins, you'll end up with one pumpkin in the center, and this is just a big piece of foam, a little pumpkin. So just take some pattern paper and slap it on top. Now this is a hot gluer. So now you have this cute little thing that you could add to your project or whatever. I'm not going to add it to this particular one, but I did want to make sure and mention that to you. Okay, so then next we have another little layer of ephemera. This is where I'm going to need to add some extra pop dots, because my stack here is sitting up higher than my other stack. So we're going to add one and see if that's enough. And if it's not, then we'll add another one. So we're at that. And I feel like it still sits kind of cattywampus. So I'm going to do another stick of, oops, gotta take this off. This is why I tried to do most of it. Oh, sorry, y'all. This is why I tried to do most of it off camera so that you wouldn't have to wait for me to do this. But so we've got that. So now that's pretty good. I like how that sits pretty flat. So now we're just going to peel it off and stick it on. Super easy, y'all. Peel and stick. We can all do that, right? All right, so we've got our little pie. Look at that pie. What's Thanksgiving without pie? Okay, the next thing we have is a super cute little buttermilk, which I realized afterwards, buttermilk pie. I did not do that intentionally when I did this one. I did, however, discover it afterwards and was quite pleased with myself. Hey, whatever it takes, right? So we're going to peel these off. And again, I put the sticky on them already. And stick that little guy on. And see how much dimension we're getting here? I just absolutely love all this dimension that you can do with paper and sticky dots. I love it. So, and then the last thing we're going to add is our little word art. That this one happens to say, in the shadow of your wings, I sing for joy. And Melissa is writing some really amazing devotionals that we're going to get once a week. And she is such a good writer. She's great at sharing her heart and really just encouraging people through her words. So I'm super excited to get that and for y'all to get that. So we're going to just pop that on. And our little ephemera shaker is done. Now, one thing I didn't do on my first one, but, oh, wait, I forgot we've got our little, I took some ribbon, a piece of fabric and some tulle and stapled it together with my tiny attacher. And I'm just going to hot glue that to the back. So we'll do that to give it a little bit of a little more texture. And that's that. So then the other thing that I didn't do on this one, but that I thought would be cute, and I'll show it to you on something else that I did, is to add these little singing notes, but I really wanted them to be off the page. I did not want them just like glued down. So I just stuck them the corners to each other, and then I just glued them onto a little piece of acetate. And I'm gonna take my hot glue gun, put some glue on the acetate, and I'm gonna put it right here under the bird's mouth. So look at that, she's singing. How cute is that? Oh, and you'll probably notice all my little strings. Again, I like texture. This is one of my favorite things about sewing on ephemera is the texture. So isn't that so sweet? So I'll show you a couple of other things that I made with this kit. So this one, I was going to show you, so I decided I'm not going to show you on camera how to do this, but I will try to remember to link Melissa's video. I learned how to make, this is kind of what I'm calling a faux shaker. Nothing shakes in there. And the reason is, that I made this little faux shaker. All it is packing tape. You lay out a piece of packing tape. You sprinkle some glitter in your choice of colors on top, and then you put another piece of packing tape over it. Now, 2 tips. One, when you put the glitter out, I would go kind of smooth it out with your finger, because if it gets, if the glitter's sticking up, the tape doesn't stick together real well. But that's exactly what I did in this, and I absolutely love how you can kind of see through and see the card, the Blessed Assurance card, but it also looks like there's some shaker bits in there. So I thought that was a really fun way to do a shaker, especially if you don't want to work with all the layers and the sequins and the layers and all that kind of stuff. So there you go, just an idea. And then I also made this is where I first got the bird idea. This is really what I wanted to do it for. So this is just like a little, it could be a page. I mean, this is a decoration. You can do whatever you want with it. It could be a little page. This actually was going to be a part of a box, but I just decided to do it as a topper. And if you, my girlfriend, Jessica, who is Just Give Me Jesus, showed me that if you were to adhere either glue or stitch down on here and here, it's a little tuck spot, so you could tuck something in it, or you could even put a little booklet in there, but then you're going to cover the top, so you might not want to do that. And the last piece of ephemera that I was going to show you is this one, which is a little bit less stacked, but I don't think it has any less interest, because I put a piece of fabric, and this fabric literally, I'll show you quickly how to do it. I mean, all you do is gather it up, stick it on. Let me show you a piece of this fabric. This is a vintage hanky that I found at a thrift store. And so I just really took a strip of this and kind of just started putting it together almost like you would a rosette. Just kind of went like that. And then you can staple it, you can glue it, you can stitch it however you want and lay it on top. And then I put a button on there. So, and on this one, there's no puffy tape at all. I just kind of stacked them up there, and really this is what adds the interest, I think, in the texture. So that's it for me today, you guys. I sure hope that you've gotten something out of this, that you will make some things. Let me show you a couple of hashtags that we're using this year. So of course, hashtag My Heart of Thanksgiving. Your creative team will be looking for you and commenting on your posts and looking to see what gorgeousness you're creating. And then Melissa is Pink Paper Peppermints. So if you hashtag Pink Paper Peppermints, we will also see that. I am Measure Once, Cut Twice, with a dot in between each word. So if you want to hashtag or tag me, that would be awesome. And the hashtag I created for this particular project is hashtag MHOT, which is My Heart of Thanksgiving Stacks. So hashtag MHOT Stacks, and we will make sure we get to see that. So I would love to see what you create. I hope that you will check us all out, that you will follow the whole creative team, because we're going to have some amazing projects for you. I cannot wait to see what you create. I hope that you'll join us for My Heart of Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon. Bye.